Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general weekly love reading for the sign of Aries. This can resonate with your sun, moon, rising or Venus sign. So it could be reading for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind. So please use your own discernment and flip the roles to however this best resonates with your situation, but please do not make the story fit. So if the reading resonates or parts of the message resonate, then that's great. If it doesn't resonate, then it's simply not your message. So please take what you feel fits and leave the rest, guys. So we're starting off the reading today with the Light Seers Tarot, and then we'll use the Radiant Rider-Waite to clarify the Romance Angels, and then lastly, to finish off the reading, the Soulmates in Separation, Unspoken Love Messages. So let's get into this. Angels of Love and Light, can we please have clear and concise messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus? What do they need to know in relation to love for this week? Please and thank you. Okay. Right. First card out. We have the Five of Wands, Ace of Wands, King of Wands. Wow, guys. Strong start there. Four of Swords in reverse, the Star in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, Eight of Swords, Two of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Cups. Wow, guys. Seven of Wands in reverse, Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups in reverse, Strength, Two of Wands in reverse, and the Tower in reverse, the Four of Pentacles and the Fool with the Six of Cups. Ten of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So you could be dealing with a fellow Aries, maybe even a Scorpio, a Leo or an Aquarius, or you have these placements strongly in your chart, or maybe your person does. Potentially you could be dealing with a fellow fire sign, an air sign, a water sign, or potentially even an earth sign. We've got a little bit of earth later on, okay? So let's get into this. Okay. Well, what I'm feeling predominantly is that there is someone who's very passionate here. Either you are very passionate for someone, or potentially your person is very passionate for you, or there's this mutual attraction and passion and chemistry between the two of you, especially with that Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. So with that two aces, I feel like there's mirrored energy here, guys, because the King is naturally holding an ace anyway. So I feel like there's definitely two aces here, and there's a lot of potential for a brand new beginning, a very passionate new beginning. But I feel like there is a little bit of hesitation, okay? There's definitely a little bit of anxiety here, or if that's potentially an understatement, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this person is potentially all up in their head rather than moving in their kind of heart space. They're kind of following what is best in their headspace as of right now. So they are very clouded. I feel like their judgment is clouded. This person is fearful of making a hasty decision. They don't want to be reckless. It's like they want to come forward, but then they don't want to come forward. They want to, you know, show you what they, you know, feel about you and what you mean to them and how much you mean to them. But then at the same time, they're holding themselves back. You know, I feel like this person has needed to take the time to heal, or they are still healing from an old situation. I feel potentially this person's carrying quite a lot of I want to say shame for some reason, and guilt. I feel like this person's feeling frustrated with themselves, maybe even disappointed with themselves, or potentially they feel like whoever they're dealing with thinks or feels that way about them, but I don't feel that's necessarily the case here, guys. Because it's really weird, like, I don't know why this is happening, but my mouth has just got really kind of full of saliva. I know that sounds really gross, guys, but I just feel like this person kind of is hungering for you in some sort of way, or maybe you're hungering for them. But there's definitely a sense of, you know, ready to pounce here, guys, with that kind of King of Wands energy. So I feel there's definitely a lot of heat here, okay? But obviously with a connection, it has to have more than just heat, you know? There has to be, you know, mutual respect and trust and lots of other things rather than just passion and lust and that type of thing. But I feel this person, it's like interesting to me because they feel all of this, but they don't want to come across as a certain way. They're holding themselves back from speaking of their truth. They don't want there to be a gross misunderstanding between the two of you. It's interesting because we have the Ace of Wands, which is like the green light. And then the Ace of Swords in reverse is like the red light. So they're kind of sitting there at this traffic lights. You know, potentially they're in their car a lot. And they're sitting at a traffic lights. It's like, oh, I can go. Oh, no, I can't go. Oh, okay. Can I go? No, I can't go. And it's like they're trying to make logical sense of the connection, most likely, but they feel like they can't make logical sense of it. And that's why they keep getting up in their head about it, is because they're meant to feel the connection emotionally. And what does it tell them in relation to their gut instincts and following of their intuition, rather than being in their kind of logical, rational mind? Because in the logical, rational sense of it all, with following with the ego, it doesn't make any sense. But with the emotions, you know, emotions are real, okay? We can always trip ourselves up with our own thoughts, but every emotion that we feel, regardless of whether the circumstances is real or not real, the emotions that lie underneath them are still real. They're very much real, okay? And I feel like this person is feeling relatively disconnected from themselves, and they may be disconnecting from other people too. Potentially there are a lot of people trying to clamour for your person's attention as of right now, and I feel like they're not interested. This person would rather be alone as of right now and focus on themselves and take the time that they need to heal. Because if they do get involved with other people, then there's most likely going to be a lot of hostility and arguments and a lot of stress. And I feel like this person doesn't need that at all. What they're wanting is a wish fulfillment where they can have a sense of peace and calm, and they gain some sort of clarity so that they can move on forward in the right direction for them. And I feel like this person has been unsure about what the right direction is for them, but I feel like they are gaining more clarity about it. But, you know, it's taken this person a little bit of time, and there's nothing wrong in that, you know. It's necessary to heal. But what I feel in relation to the connection with you and this person, you've probably not been in communication for a little while now. You feel like there's a lot going on amongst the two of you, like in the unseen. I'm getting like the unseen kind of forces of nature, as it will. It's kind of interesting to me. Like I feel like you both have this magnetic pull of being like coming together, as it were, but then it's like, oh, but it doesn't make sense for us to come together. But then why does it feel this way? Okay, so it's really quite fascinating. This person has probably been stuck between a rock and a hard place with trying to make a particular decision, maybe to end an old cycle or to end an old connection with someone, potentially with a karmic partner or a karmic ex, or maybe if it's not anything to do with a romantic third party, then it could be to do with something in relation to work, their career, their finances. I feel like something is just really distracting your person right now. But I feel they're relatively paranoid about the idea of your connection not moving on forward and not having the green light and not having the success that potentially there could be a lot of here, okay? I feel as well that this person is used to kind of being the boss of their own life, or they're trying to become more confident, to become the boss of their own life and taking inspired action, and they're motivated to make these changes. But with doing that, it takes a lot of energy out of us. It's very tiring. So this person may be not feeling very well as of right now because they need to take better care of themselves. But you kind of feel this tie between the two of you with this red string here. You know, this person definitely needs to kind of get more in line with their emotions. And it's difficult because especially if this person is very masculine here, guys, with that kind of King of Wands. You know, the fire signs are naturally very masculine anyway. So obviously I'm reading energy here rather than gender or sex, guys. So I feel like this person is having difficulty with getting more in touch with their feminine side, or balancing of the two, because, you know, it's all in relation to duality. So this person is understanding that they can't just kind of bury their head in the sand in relation to their emotions. They have to kind of acknowledge that they are there and work through them. And this is probably what is challenging this person, especially if they're feeling all of this anxiety right now. And I am feeling that a lot of it is that they are pretty much putting themselves in a self-imposed prison here. Okay, wow. I throw it again, sorry. Obviously they didn't want to hear that. So maybe they don't like the idea of being told that they may be kind of getting themselves in their own way here. Potentially have the tendency to point the blame at others rather than themselves. But I feel like with this kind of healing, it's necessary to kind of look within ourselves rather than what's going on alongside with everyone else, because at the end of the day, the only way that we have this sense of growth and have this new sense of confidence and everything else is if we focus on what's going on with us and kind of go a bit deeper. But anyway, this person sees you and them as a wish fulfillment here, though, with that Nine of Cups energy. This person is hoping that you're going to drop your guard down in relation to the connection. Like when they approach you, they're hoping that you're not going to be like like this with the swords. They hope that you're going to be kind of dropping the weapons down and being open and receptive to have an open, honest conversation. But I feel like someone is fearful of opening up and having this conversation because potentially there could have been lies at one point. And there could have been a lot of confusion. And I'm getting the sense of purposeful confusion. So there may have been a bit of a manipulation here at play, or potentially even gaslighting at one point, okay? So that's just something to kind of, you know, be wary of. But what I feel predominantly is that this person most likely has options here, okay? So they have options in relation to love. But I feel like someone doesn't want to have those options. They want to just have this one particular love. Okay, so this could be you, or this could be your love interest, or potentially the both of you. You may both have options, but it's actually each other that you want. You know, there's a sense of missing and potentially yearning for one another and hoping that there's going to be some sort of return and a reconciliation or reunion at some point. But someone definitely feels a little bit blocked as of right now emotionally, and fearful of opening up their heart, or they're needing to take the time to work on themselves to open up to their heart. And so therefore then embrace a brand new beginning with most likely a past life soulmate here with the Six of Cups, okay? So this has been very difficult. But I feel predominantly you and this person may have not necessarily had the movement forward because there's been an ending of a cycle here with the Ten of Swords in reverse that has been most likely karmic of nature. So with a karmic partner or a karmic ex or a third party where there are one-sided relationships or connections here. Potentially you and this person may have been in some sort of karmic cycle at one point, or you have been, and there's going to be a sense of renewal between the two of you, and that yet again you'll have the new chapter and then you'll go into another karmic cycle, as it were. But I feel like potentially If your love interest is dealing with a karmic partner or a karmic ex, they have been very wounded in this other situation. They may have overly given to this person and they didn't receive very much back. They felt very exhausted. This other person was unreliable. They may have been relatively cruel and cutting and selfish. And I feel like this person's had difficulty with rocking the boat and moving themselves on or leaving this person because there's been a heavy investment in this other connection. And so therefore your connection hasn't moved on forward because there are blockages in this other situation. But I feel like this person's getting ready to give up and not put any more effort into do with this other connection with this other person, and could be going through a breakup, a separation, or potentially even a divorce here with the King of Swords energy. So a divorce lawyer, and potentially are leaving a Capricorn here, or maybe even a Leo potentially here with the Devil, or maybe even with the Sun card in reverse, okay? But somebody slowly but surely wants to move on forward in some sort of way, and they're having this realization that there are two people here that potentially don't get on, and there's been a sense of manipulation, and someone's been very sad maybe without someone else, and they want to rebuild on a friendship, on a connection that way, and kind of get on more equal footing, where there may have not necessarily have been the equal reciprocity in the past, okay? So I'm getting lots of different messages there, guys, but I feel like someone has very fond memories of someone else, or they are very much thinking about the past, and they are kind of you know, imagining the idea of having a new beginning, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify this star here in reverse with the radiant Rider-Waite. So lots of different messages were coming through in relation to that section of the reading. But look at that, I pick up the deck here and I shuffle the cards and I don't put them down. This King of Wands in reverse, you know, and we got the King of Wands upright here. This person has been feeling relatively powerless. They feel like they haven't been able to take the action as necessary to be able to move on forward in relation to this love between the two of you. So maybe you felt this way, or maybe your person has felt this way. There's the interest there, there's definitely the passion there, but it's not being shown. But there's the mirroring of the passion and the love there between the two of you. Okay. So let's get into this. But I feel what is really important for the both of you is that when you eventually come together, that you don't rush into anything. Wow, okay, I'm getting not to rush into bed together. I feel like there's going to be a lot of obviously chemistry and everything else that goes with it. And of course, I feel like you're going to, you know, you'll eventually have a great time with one another. But there's definitely a sense of wanting to do this the right way. So somebody is wanting to take things slowly, and I feel like that would probably be very sensible. Okay, what can we get here for the star in reverse, please and thank you. But I feel like someone's relatively happy being single as of right now. They're kind of just working on themselves. Maybe they're focusing on their career. You know, love may not necessarily be on the forefront of someone's mind right now, or maybe this is something that's resonating for you both. What can we get here for the star, please, for Aries? So the star in reverse, please, for Aries. But I feel like eventually you guys will be able to get out, probably date, you know, if that is something that you are wanting, and to build on something then. Wow, what's that? The Sun. You could be dealing with a Leo here, guys. 3 of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Cups. Look at that. See, there is the love between the two of you. There is the mutual love and the respect. I'm getting power couple vibes here, guys. This person is feeling relatively haunted by the decisions that they have made in the past, and they feel relatively sad and down and out about how a situation didn't come together. And I feel like this person wants to do things right. Yeah, there wasn't growth in a connection here with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. There wasn't the effort being put in Someone may have had a relatively careless attitude and were a little bit nonchalant. So I feel like someone has someone's feeling relatively down and out, that they kind of conducted themselves in a particular way, and I feel like that's what's stressing this person out, is because they are knowing that they need to make certain changes if they are to bring this connection together. And it's interesting because yes, this is, you know, love, but also this is friendship, this is partnerships, this is working well together, this is being on the equal footing, this is, you know, I give you my cup and you give me your cup. You know, there isn't the imbalance, there is the mutualness between the two, there's the synergy. Wow. Someone is very hurt though, or they've been hurt in another situation, and they're relatively nervous about bringing this together. Yeah. Nervous about bringing a union or reunion together here with that Four of Wands. I feel like you will eventually have this, but it's delayed as of right now. But potentially someone's nervous because of the lack of communication. There's the fear that you won't see things, you won't see things like on the same level, as it were. And someone's trying to get out of their head about it. Look at that, Eight of Swords upright, Eight of Swords in reverse. They're realising that they can eventually wiggle themselves out of this kind of binding, as it were. And if they were just to open up and speak out, then there's most likely going to be the movement forward. But someone's taking the time here with the Hermit to go in solitude, or they have been in solitude for a very long time, in separation from this person here. You could be dealing with a Virgo. Yeah, there's been some sort of truth that has been opened up, that has been relayed to someone about another situation. Someone wasn't happy, most likely in a third party with a karmic partner of sorts, where they had children together or family. There wasn't the follow through there, they weren't happy there. Potentially they had the finances and, you know, the material aspect of it all. There wasn't anything wrong in that, but I feel someone wasn't, I just feel like this person felt like there was something missing from their life, you know, in the grander scheme of things. There wasn't the growth there. There wasn't something that was gelling. I feel like this person as well, if they're very career orientated, or they're very, you know, they could potentially be a little bit of a workaholic. I'm not going to lie, guys. I feel like this person could be very much involved in their work, you know, all work and no play type of thing. You know, it happens to the best of us, right? But I feel like this person is incredibly driven, and they have a certain goal in mind, and potentially they may have partnered up with someone who wasn't that supportive, who wasn't kind of a teammate to them, who wasn't on their kind of side, as it were, wasn't kind of really giving them the kind of, you know, I'm getting that kind of like motivational kind of cheer or pep talk. That's the one, pep talk. You know, you can do this type of thing. What else here, please, for the Star in reverse? Oh, gosh. What's that? It's all come out of the table. Oh, wow, guys. Whew. Well, someone is deciding to let go of the sadness and the disappointment, okay? Because they want love with the Ace of Cups. And with doing this, they're healing now with the Star upright. And look at that with the Queen of Wands. Look at that. King and Queen of Wands, we have a pair here. You could potentially be dealing with your divine counterpart. You know how I was saying earlier, there's that mirroring energy of the ace and then another ace? Well, there's that queen holding the ace. There's the teammate. There's the other person. There's the soulmate. There's the twin. There is the person who is meant to mirror you, is meant to match you. And that's why you and this person go so well together, is because you're a perfect pair. You both kind of understand what it takes to get to where you want to get to in your life, and to follow these kind of dreams and everything else. I feel like you've got very similar values and stuff. You both love your independence and your sense of freedom. And I feel as well, potentially, there could be a little bit of anxiety about taking this cup of love, even though you kind of want to, or your person wants to, because the sense of, well, if either person has been in a codependent connection of sorts before, with a karmic partner or a karmic ex, you know, will it end up happening again? But I feel predominantly that's not going to be the case whatsoever, because we have a lot of positivity here. And I feel like someone has really taken the time, or they are taking the time, to heal and learn their lessons from the past. So therefore, because that's all being kind of cleansed, as it were, it's all being looked after, that's not necessarily going to happen again. But there just needs to be some sort of open communication when you have this union or reunion together here with the Three of Cups. I'll take one more card, please, for that star, because we only have the one major. Oh my gosh, look at that fling out like that. The Magician. This is being manifested in. This is being brought in. Someone hasn't been able to move on from the other person. Wow. Wow, okay. Or potentially, oh, okay. I'm also getting that if you potentially are dealing with a Capricorn, a Gemini, a Virgo or a Scorpio, or potentially have this in your chart, I feel like there is someone who's obsessively trying to manifest someone not moving on and not healing themselves and not communicating or sending out a message here of some sort of news to do with closing of a situation. What else can we get here, please? Sorry, I just have to check this timer again, if you bear with us, please. And I just have to check my phone too. Oh gosh, this is an interesting reading, guys. What's going on here, please? I'll take one more for that star. Star in reverse, please. You both will heal this connection. I feel like there's just been a lot of anxiety here. A lot of stress. So look at that as I say that. Judgment in reverse. Someone's really dwelling on the past of their past actions, seeing a truth of what it is to do with something else, and potentially they feel that they've now seen that they made a mistake in the past, potentially here with that Fool, the Aries energy, with the Fool being in reverse. What's the star, please, here in reverse, please, for Aries? Thank you. Look at that. Two of Swords in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse. There's a block here. There's a block in this healing happening. But you see how I was like saying earlier, there's the mirroring. You would like to take your sword down, or you're hoping for your person to take their sword down, and vice versa. You both will be able to drop the swords and focus in on the now as you have this conversation with one another. I feel like someone is holding back on expressing some sort of news, or they're waiting on a decision to do with some sort of news, to do with a contract. Maybe a legal contract of sorts. I'm getting a sense of someone's waiting for a message, an email, a DM. Somebody's waiting for something to turn up in writing, so that it allows them to eventually speak up and have some sort of communication with someone. Because look at that, they haven't felt fulfilled. Nine of Cups in reverse, Nine of Cups upright. Somebody wants to be able to bring in balance, but they haven't been able to do that as of yet because they're dwelling on the past, but they need to see the bigger picture of things. I feel like this person is relatively harsh on themselves. I feel like they're their own worst enemy, and they're very critical. Potentially they feel like they don't have enough, but they probably have more than enough, and they must feel like they are more than enough because they are. But I feel like predominantly there have been people in this person's life who have said otherwise or done otherwise, or made this person to think or feel or believe that otherwise. So this person is feeling relatively stressed. They're hoping that their dreams aren't going to be shattered. So they're waiting on a decision. Yeah, they're definitely seeing this now. They're waiting on a lump sum of money, and they're hoping their dreams are not going to be shattered here. That they'll receive what they need to receive with this lump sum to then eventually change things around. Now, do I pull one more card or not? I'm going to pull one more card. Why not? Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull 1 or 2 cards on this King of Wands. Or the Ace of Wands. They're pretty much the same, to be honest. In a sense. Well, in this reading, they're very similar. Oh, gosh, wow. 6 of Cups and the Hangman. Well, there's the past life connection between the two of you. The Hangman, knowing and understanding the bigger picture, having this sense of enlightenment, that there is the sacrifices are being made for the greater good, for the highest good of all, I'm getting. There hasn't been the investment there. It's been very difficult, it's been very trying. I feel like definitely there was one person that overgave in a connection rather than the other. I'll take one more. But I feel like this is all getting balanced out. I feel someone wants to offer some sort of peace offering, if that's even just their kind of time and energy. Just to be able to be open and honest. Okay, I'll take one more for that King of Wands or the Ace of Wands. What's this about, please? It's interesting because it's like having this knowing that this connection, right? It's like knowing that there needs to be action that's taken, but this person is holding back from taking action. Even though they want to, they know that they can't take the action as of yet. So they're just kind of trying to hang around, as it were, and feel more at peace and more of an acceptance and understanding of this bigger picture, and knowing that eventually there will be the action for the connection. Like there will be the sense of movement between the two of you when the timing is right. So potentially there's a sense of still trying to leave toxic connections or toxic relationships or things that are not serving of yourself or your love interest as of right now. I feel like someone's trying to make sure that they're not controlling a situation too much. You know, there is the love here, but love can't be rushed. It has to be patient. Oh my gosh, wow, guys. The Tower and the World. These are strong cards, guys. Gosh. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Okay. So if your love interest is potentially dealing with a karmic partner or a karmic ex, the Tower has come in and it's the end of a cycle. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, the Emperor in reverse. Oh, okay. So this could be you, guys. You could be ending or breaking up with someone or separating or going through a divorce, or your person is. Oh my gosh, that's the clarity and the truth. Someone has realized that they have been in a karmic situation. They're having this inner calling of knowing that they're meant to break up with this person, that they're meant to leave. There's been fear about doing this, but they're going to receive some sort of information. Someone's going to get some sort of truth being told to them. Wow. I'm really getting the sense that this person, your love interest, may find out that there's been a scandal of sorts here. A scandal has been shown. A scandal has been revealed, and so the Tower had to come in, and there had to be a breakup or a separation, so someone could actually be following their calling here with the Judgment. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so random, guys. I'm getting that song, Down with the Trumpets by Rizzle Kicks. It's a really old song. I'm getting the sense, it's so funny, where it's there's that bit was like, down with the trumpets, yeah, yeah, get down with the trumpets, yeah, yeah, get down with the trumpets. And rather than going, yeah, yeah, your person may have been like, no, no. So it's like the divine, it's like the kind of angels, as it were, the spirit guides, the spiritual realm, have been calling this person to go, you know what to do, The Tower has come in for you now in divine intervention. It's time to close out this cycle. You receive the truth now of the situation. It's time to get down with the trumpets. It's time to kind of follow this inner calling. It's time to, you know, break the walls. I know you're fearful of changing, but because you haven't put in the effort to make the changes, we have come in for you. And now it's been revealed to you, it's blatantly obvious that you need to end this cycle and start off afresh. You know, it's interesting. So I'm just getting that song down with the trumpets. That's so funny. God, I haven't heard that song in years. It's an old song. But anyway, this person is most likely going to travel to see you at some point, or potentially they're seeing you online. Yeah, you may be doing very well for yourself, or you're getting there, or doing something. I feel like someone's relatively impressed with what you do in relation to work, potentially. You may be in the public eye, or getting more in the public eye. You're kind of living in your true, authentic truth. You're not kind of afraid to be yourself, and I feel like this person's inspired by you. The other message I'm getting is that you have gone through a lot in your life, or your person has, and they've got to the point where they're open, and, you know, they're bearing themselves basically. They've bared themselves in this realization that they are, you know, accepting of themselves just the way that they are. And I feel like this person, your person or yourself potentially, are just getting ready to kind of let go and release of all the anxieties and stress that has been, and get this new sense of newfound confidence in oneself and getting more connected with their emotions. But whatever has been destroyed here was destroyed for a reason, and I feel like this person is getting ready to kind of, you know, crawl through the rubble, as it were, and embark on a new beginning. But there has been a lot that's going on here, guys. But this person will most likely reach out to you, and they will want to balance the connection, and I feel like there will be a sense of maturity between the two of you. Like, things won't be like they were in the past. I feel like there's been a lot of time that may have gone between the two of you, and there's been, you know, upsets, obviously, but I feel like, you know, I feel like just having that chance together, I feel like everything will be naturally fine. But obviously take what you feel resonates, guys, and leave the rest, okay? So we're going to look into the romance angels. Look at that. It's so interesting. Went to show that. Worth waiting for, divine timing is at work in your love life, okay? So it is coming into play here. I feel like this was an act of divine love here with this Tower coming in. And it's interesting because there are so many times where people are stressing about the Tower and they don't want this particular change, and it's really difficult, and they have this sense of, you know, fear about these particular changes. But, you know, we don't have the growth in our life without the changes, and, you know, it can be very overwhelming. But it's interesting to me because I feel like this person has wanted this change for a really long time, or it's been inevitable that they were making the changes, but they didn't feel like they could make the changes for one reason or another. So I feel in a sense that potentially this person may have gone, do you know what, on the quiet, I would love to change my situation, but I don't know how to. And I feel like the sense of the divine went, okay, we hear you. You just needed to say something. And now you've spoken in your truth, and we know that you're speaking in your truth. The Tower has come down, and now you got everything you asked for. Okay? So it's basically been a wish fulfillment to go through a breakup or a separation away from someone who they know that doesn't work with them anymore. And it's interesting to me because I'm really picking up on the sense that this person, especially if they've gone through a spiritual awakening of sorts, or which I was getting that earlier with that Hermit card, you know, they've gone through the dark night of the soul, they've gone through a sense of enlightenment here with the Hangman, you know, the Tower, the sun, the star, the healing. It's interesting because, you know, the people or the surroundings or the activities or whatever it is that we do in our past and that we've been accustomed to for a really long time. And it's not until we go through these significant changes and realise that when we're still around these people, places and things and whatever we were doing in the past, that there is a point when you kind of look and see and feel of everything and you're like, well, this doesn't resonate with me anymore. You know, why have they changed? Why has this changed? Why does this not feel the way that it does? Why are they acting in that particular way? And it's like, well, actually, the realization, the epiphany is they didn't change. You did. Those people, those activities, those things all stayed the same, but you changed. And so your kind of resonance to these things or to these people or places or what have you just don't have the same effect anymore, because potentially this person has gone through some sort of spiritual awakening, or potentially the dark night of the soul, and that takes a long time. But it's tough. And I feel like this is why this person's in a lot of anxiety and stress right now, because they're thinking to themselves, what the F is going on here? And so that's why this person is probably very passionate about you, and they're being drawn to you, and they have this love for you, and they want to have this connection, but at the same time it's like they are a bit here, there and everywhere in relation to what they maybe feel like they should be doing or could be doing. And really, the only one that can answer all of those questions is themselves. So I feel like eventually they will be coming forward and they will be wanting to communicate with you, because I feel a strong sense that you have a very significant connection here, guys. You could potentially be dealing with your divine counterpart, your twin flame. So, and it'll be worth waiting for in divine timing. It takes time, but obviously stuff happens, you know, in divine timing and not in our timeline, okay? You know, time in the 5D, in the spiritual sense of things, to do with the universe, is very different from our timing here on Earth, so, which is really fascinating. So, anyway, guys, I'm not going to go into that too much more, but let's get into this romance, angels. Make the effort. Look at that, it's like that tried to come out of my hand. This person's going to make the effort for sure, because look, romantic feelings, they do have the real feelings. As I was saying earlier, you know, our feelings aren't wrong. So anyway, let me just get off my high horse, okay? Oh gosh, anyway, yeah. Let's get into this, yes. So, if you are enjoying this reading, please like, share and subscribe, leave us a comment, I greatly appreciate it. And if you are enjoying this reading, please hit that like button, as it makes a massive difference with the channel. It really does help get the messages out there to people who may need to see them at this time. Everything you need to know about myself and the channel is in the description box below. And if you did fancy supporting myself and the channel, there is a donation link now available in the description box below. So thank you so much to those who have already donated, and thank you to those who are thinking of donating. I appreciate you all very, very much. And even if you do not financially donate, oh, maybe I'm thinking about donuts, oh my gosh. Who doesn't like a good donut? I mean, gosh, guys. Oh, I probably should edit that out, but oh well. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, if you even if you do not financially donate to the channel, then that's absolutely fine. Yeah, just liking, sharing, subscribing, leave us a comment. That's a great way to energetically donate to the channel. So thank you all so much. Okay, guys. So let's get into this, shall we? Romance angels for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What do they need to know in relation to love for this week, please and thank you? Okay, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Interesting. Okay, guys. So there is the attraction, obviously we know that, guys. So maybe you may be attracted to do something in the next holiday. That could be something. Oh, what? Okay, new love. Oh, okay. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Give your relationship a chance. Potentially from the past. If I can get my words out, guys. I feel like this person may get a little bit tongue-tied over you, maybe, or you both feel that way about each other. It just depends, doesn't it, guys? But I feel like this person wants to embrace this new love with you, and I feel like the sense of like honeymoon period, like you know, with most relationships or most connections, you kind of have the honeymoon period. It lasts for the first kind of 6 months of the connection. It's all lovely, it's all, you know, great and everything else. But I feel with the depth of the connection between the two of you, it won't necessarily just be the 6 months. It will just naturally be, you know, it will naturally be like that anyway, because there is this attraction and chemistry and everything between the two of you. And especially if you are, you know, divine counterparts here, guys, then that's naturally there. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So yeah, this person's going to come forward. Look at this. Stay optimistic. You know, don't be a pessimist. Things will turn around. You know, the glass is half full rather than the half empty, okay? Have a sense of optimism and faith and positivity. Yeah, okay. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, so I feel like someone may have had the honeymoon period, or they thought that the honeymoon period with their ex, and it's definitely over. And it's no longer in the honeymoon period, as someone's realizing for what it is, and maybe somebody wants forgiveness for a situation and they want to learn from it, so they're releasing themselves from someone or something. There's potentially there the option, you know, the options of new love as well. So you or your love interest could be releasing an ex as of right now, and there's the option of the new love, who there is someone else that could be coming and expressing their love, and there's going to be this sense of a honeymoon period, or potentially someone has a lot of options, or maybe you both do, or this relationship, this connection, this situationship, whatever you want to call it, or friendship, you know, there's going to be a new burst of energy. And so therefore there's going to be the freshness between the two of you. Look at that. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world and children. Your love life is being affected by children, and give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay. So yeah, you may end up wanting to go away together and just having it, you know, just be you and them. And potentially there are children that may be affecting the connection. But I feel like that that may not necessarily be a big issue. But I feel like someone may consider it to be a big issue, but I don't feel like it could be. It depends. Very soon, yeah, very soon. I feel like you're going to be in each other's lives. Yeah, it's safe for you to love. And chemistry. Well, we know there's that in spades. Okay, so let's get into the soulmates and separation, unspoken love messages, and see what wants to be said. So this could be what your love interest would like to say to you, or what you would like to say to them at this time. So obviously we do have cross watches here, guys. But this could be if you've had no contact or little contact, or if you are talking, then it could be a little bit here, there and everywhere. Potentially a little bit hot and cold, that type of thing. But let's get a few more messages, shall we? I'm also getting that potentially this ex, or this karmic partner, or this karmic ex could be saying, well, why don't we just get away? You know, we'll get away from the children. You know, we'll try and reignite it like it was in the good old days. It's going to feel like brand new love again. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? But it's not going to be that way. You know, it's not. But someone is really trying to make a connection come together, but it's not meant to come together. Ooh, okay, wow, okay. That just fell on the floor. Bear with us 1 second. Life hasn't been too nice to me, and I took that out on you. Okay. I love you more than anyone, but failed to show it. Well, we know that. My pride and ego led us astray. You will always have a special place in my heart that no one else can fill. Sorry I did not see your value and worth when we were together. I miss you more now that we are apart. I still feel your presence, your energy around me. Bottom of the deck. I am lost in this world. Without you, it gets lonely. I know I failed you and let you down big time. Deliver me from temptation and allow me to work on me so that I can work on us. Okay, so there's lots of very interesting messages there, guys. No, I just felt the need to pull from the middle of the deck. I wasn't ready for what you was offering. Interesting. Okay, So obviously please take what you feel resonates and leave the rest, guys. So I hope that there was a message in there that did resonate, or a few messages, if not the whole reading. I'd love to get your feedback, so leave us a comment down in the description box below. Oh no, not the description box. It's been a long day, guys. I've been doing quite a few readings today. So yeah, just leave us a comment down below and I'll eventually get back to you guys. But I hope you have a really good week, and I hope you take care of yourselves, and we'll speak to you soon. So yeah, take care. Bye for now.